Hi there. So let's say you want to create something similar when the laser come from source and it seems like laser controlling this robot, and when the laser collision collides with something, it switched to another one source. So here switch, and here also you can see it here when a lot of lasers, one source, one or maybe 4-5 sources inside. So when it collides here, it switched to another one source. Okay, so how I make this, nothing special, just easiest way for me at this moment, so I want to share it with you. Okay, so what I have here, I have some Alembic files with 4 robots. They are working. Unpack this guys and couple transforms, so place it where I need, add velocity node, point velocity, apply some materials just in standard history with Alembic files in Houdini. So here after this I have null object, so I just copy this null object and paste it here with object merge node. So nothing special, just a little bit organize this space. Okay, so here's my robots. Okay, so after that I just need 4 points from each of these robots, so I just use blast node to make this. Sorry about this, something wrong with Houdini. Okay, so I have 4 points, only 4 points. Choose 4 points and press enter and then delete non-selected. Okay, so delete some attributes, delete some group, and cache it to my disk. Okay, so after that I have 4 points that moves pretty quick. I have only 500 frames here from my robots. Click, 500 frames. Okay, cache it to disk. After that I have to make signal points. Where the signal points come from is from device and signals. Okay, I have this geometry here. It's some kind of like device which is increase the signal, so I have to show this this process, so this explainer animation. Okay, so device, delete groups, delete attributes, apply some normals, couple transforms, color, materials, nothing special, and no device out. Okay, so after that I placed 4 devices on the room inside. So I have these devices. They are pretty small, and the room is pretty big, but so we don't see it now very clear. Okay, after that connectivity node with primitives with name attribute to make some pieces of geometry, you know, and extract centroid node. If you don't have this node, you probably can install the Houdini tools, Houdini Labs tool. So this node is on Houdini Labs tool. I can mistake, but it seems like on the Houdini Labs tool. If you don't have the extract centroid node, you can use some other ways to extract point from the object, you know. And here is this node inside device point node. Okay. Just leave it like that. So I just copy this null object and paste it here. So what I have here is 4 sources inside. Okay. After that, I just apply ID for each of this point. So the ID is like a ptnum. ID equals ptnum. Okay, and here I just make the same operation with the same ID. So they have the same ID, but their position is equals the robot point position. So what I have here, I have 4 points from 4 robots, and here I leave only 1 point with 1 robot. So these 4 points have position of this point. So this function points is read position from second input, and apply this position to the first input. Okay, so this is my words, but this is how I understand it. This is point function. Is now we still have 4 points, but they all these points is on the 1 robot point position. Okay, and they move with robots. So if I show you these robots, sorry about that. If I show you these robots, you will see these points here, and they are moving with the robots. Okay, after that we merge this together and add the add node with add node. So what the add node do? Actually, the add node can do many beautiful stuff, but in our case we can just add some polygons, add some primitives by attribute, and this attribute is ID. So we have 4 lasers from 4 sources with on our robots. Okay. After that, I just want to leave one source, one laser from one source. I use the for primitive construction. Okay, for each connected primitive, and use single pass. So boom, 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 single pass, only one laser from one sources at the time. So to don't switch every time between these lasers, we have some bug here. Okay, so if you have some bug here, try to use try to choose new scene view, and I think these bugs will fix. So yeah, now this box will disappear. Okay, so to don't choose these points every time, use the wrap function. With $F, it means we make the deal with frames, and every 30 frames we will switch from 0 to third lasers. So here you can see first laser 25, 79. Okay, so let's see this. Every 19 frames we will switch from 0 to 3. If I say that's 25, so every 75 frames, so you know, from 0 to 3, so this number from multiply this value to 3 and switch it each 75 frames, you know. If I, let's say this, let's say 50, it will switch every 150 frames. Okay, so let's switch it every, let's say 3 frames. Okay, and it's something like loop animation or something like this, loop or ping pong. I don't really, you know you understand what I mean. Okay, so we don't have to switch it every time. So this laser will be on the background. We don't really see the real situation. We just see it switch every time, you know. It switch every time. It's somewhere here. So we don't really sure collide this laser with something or not collide. We just see the switches every time. Switch, 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 switch. And at the same time we have the laser on the front of the camera, which is actually can be animated. So if I just use this stuff and show you what I mean. So this is our sources, this is our robot motion. I just animate these switches, and so I don't have to really work a lot of time to make some automatic process or from these collisions, you know. I just switch this laser. So now we have the passes, single passes, the same for each constructor with the single passes. Now it's laser number 3, so this is a primitive number 3. So the next frame is a primitive number, let's say 2. Okay, when we are collide with something, let's say I just now, let's say you will better see here. Okay, now I see this laser now will collide with this column. So just animate and switch this to the another one source. Okay, so now I see it will collide with this column here. So I'll show you, you will see it more clear. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, So now I just blink and switch it to another one layer. Just add some key, set some animation key, and animate this laser on the first front view closer to the camera, so it's something like, oh yeah, it's really switch when it collides with something. Okay, looks pretty good. Okay, so here is what I have here: 4 robots with 4 lasers. Only one robot is animated. Another one robot is use wrap function with a different of this number. So some lasers switch faster, some lasers switch slower, and it comes. It looks like they are really switch on the different speed, different time, some work process. Clink, 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 something like this. Okay, so what I do next? Merge, of course, merge all them together, and then now you see this laser is collide but not switch, but we don't see it on our camera here. Okay, so polyframe node, add some thickness to the line, and add some normals, add some colors, and add materials. Okay, after that merge all this stuff together. So here's what I have in this node: just robots with lasers. I have sources on another one node, and write it to the disk, and just play with time a little bit. So I have actually 8 robots with the different times and different lasers. So I just use time shift node, and after that I just use a different time shift. I just here I just freeze the robots on their position and then switch, because after 600 frames they are just staying still on their position, like they finished the job. Okay, and I just switch it because before frame on my animation, before frame 190 I don't need these robots, and after this frame I don't really need this robot, so I just switch. Okay, so here's the robot construction with the lasers here. Let's talk about materials. Let's do some renders. I want to switch to the camera number 2, and I want to just render the robots now. So I just copy this node, and I have this laser just on the object tab. I just delete this and paste it here. So now it will render only the robots only. Okay, let's try. Let's try. Oh my god. Let's turn on the slides. Oh, I know. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's turn off this dome lights and just leave this inside light. Okay, I think something like this will be good for this. So, about the lasers material. Where is it? Okay, here is it. I have this self-LG building signals. Okay, let's go to the shop. self-LG building signals. So it's just a simple redshift indicates material incandescent material. Okay, self-illumination. Like for the color, I use particle attribute, and for the alpha channel, I use erase Fresnel, and here erase Fresnel. Actually, you can use just this Fresnel. It will be okay for now, but I just multiply it to decrease this, this transparency of these lasers. So on the first one, I have this perpendicular color is something like 1.15, and the second one is just decrease this value on the edges of this laser. Okay, so if I just make it even slightly so yeah, you can just manipulate these parameters and choose value that you like, but I think I don't really need it's really strong light, so I just multiply these two values and decrease this. Whereas first one is fall off is 1.25, and the second one is fall off is 1. So there is a first one, second one, and here is a first one, just a slightly decreasing fall off, and here we have this slightly transparent laser, because you can actually use only this one, but facing color is decrease some value for the facing color. Okay, and actually you can use this fall off. Something like this. I think this solution works better when you just multiply these two and just, you know, just have this guys here with this value. Okay, and also depending on normals, you can play with normals. If you choose something like 30, you will have the slightly different results. Let's say 60. You know, you can see it's a slightly different. Maybe 15 makes it more, but I think it's pretty the same results. All right, if you want to blur, add some blur here, makes the laser not so strong. You can actually do it with we can actually do it with attribute wrangle. Let's say I want to make it more let's see, I just want to add another one camera here, and you know, comes here and come closer to this laser to see it more clear. All right, and I just want to make it from camera 3. Okay, so now you can see this laser more clear. Okay, so I can just add some velocity to this laser. So actually we don't have the velocity here, so add some velocity. Velocity compute from the motion. Now we have the V attributes here, and we have some value. We don't have any value because we are standing still. Now we have some value. No, we don't have any value. It's pretty interesting why we don't have any value velocity here. Compute from deformation. We don't have any deformation, something like this. That's what it's trying to say me. So deformation is so small. So here it seems like we have some V here. Okay, yeah, here we have some motion and we have some V velocity. Okay, so now let's add some more blur, make some laser not so strong. You know, you can do it with attribute wrangle. Say V, V. V is equals V plus maybe something like V plus N. Okay. So now we have more multiplied by 2. Even 20. Okay, I think it's not really work with this guy. So let's apply this motion blur. Render motion blur, mesh deformation blur. Apply this mesh deformation blur for the... Okay, now it's working. So now this laser is not so strong, not so straight lines. You can actually do the same results, make the same results with values with VDB, but here I think it's more easiest way to make these lasers, you know. Okay, now you can see this pretty interesting results, pretty realistic laser results with only this solution. Only this simple solution makes this transparent lasers, and you can just increase the intensity of this strong. You will have strong lasers and blur, and that these lasers are comes with robots, and you know, pretty fast and simple solution. Okay, let's drive it to cache it to the drive, and thanks for watching. I hope it will be really helpful for you. And oops, you know, sometimes it happens. So I hope it will be helpful for you, so you have the laser solutions in Houdini, and you can't just remember everything. You can just have to know where it's fine, where you can find it. So have a nice time. Thank you.